like a panel on your favorite cable news program, everyone had something to say about Steam's marriage. But is reaction to still a slippery slope? Let's go to the Scoop Desk with 2 Scoops Mike. Has your week been bold and beautiful? Did you, totally cyberstalk your sort of rival? Did you take self-absorption to a whole new level? Did you discover only one topic of conversation coming out of your mouth? These and more situations faced the Forrester Logan Spencer Spectre clan this week. How goes it, Scoopers? Well, the fallout from Bill and Steffi's one night of nookie is reaching all those in their periphery one by one, with expected reactions, and some not so expected directions. And though we're in 2018, I rather feel like the DeLorean dropped us off in 2011, because once again, we've got everyone talking about one couple's ordeal. At least it's familiar? Let's scoop about it. Like a virgin. Remember when Hope was debating whether or not to lose her virginity to Liam, and that very private decision went very public in the form of every character talking about its pros and cons for days. Brooke and Taylor argued over it, even Stephanie weighed in on it. Having the entire visible cast discussing the state of Liam and Steffi's marriage tastes very much the same. Pam and Charlie are probably dishing it over lemon bars. Between romps, Katie and Wyatt even ended up on the subject. Those who didn't know why Steam was out of steam wanted to know why. Brooke did her best Nancy Drew, trying to get answers out of a tight-lipped Bill. I can understand Hope being on the case, since she was steamrolled upwards of 4 years. And of course, Ridgewood and should be concerned about daughter Steffi. It's just that things got a little weird. Ridge took a minute to clear any extra wax out of his ears to make sure he'd heard Steffi right. She'd torpedoed Steam with Bill. As so much real steam shot out of Ridge that Forrester could have made an entire line wrinkle-free without belief, Steffi insisted, over and over, and in several different ways, that her love-making with Bill was consensual. Consensual. But for some reason Ridge wouldn't take that in. No, Ridge insisted that Bill had violated his precious daughter, and Ridge was going to, kill Bill. First off, did Ridge learn nothing from Sheila? If you're going to off someone, you don't announce it beforehand. Ridge is naturally going to defend Steffi, perhaps even more with Phoebe gone, so it makes sense he'd only hear what he wanted to hear. For a while. No matter how many times Steffi said Bill didn't take advantage of her, Ridge refused to accept it. He even wanted to call the police and press charges. For what? Steffi's right, she's not a little girl. And if there was any charge pressing to be done, it would be Steffi's place to do it. Over the course of the week, we had Ridge, Brooke, Katie, and Wyatt all questioning, to varying degrees, the possibility of Bill having sinister intentions. Isn't this reverse I believe her stance a dicey, or at least tone-deaf, narrative, considering we're in a day and age where women standing up against bad treatment by men is in the spotlight? Maybe, as a gay man, it's not my place to go here, it's just that, ever since Still's sexing, there's been this subtext that it was not consensual, and now with characters' accusations that Bill forced himself on Steffi. It feels off. Besides, Bill is a pig, but have we ever seen him force himself on a woman? No, we haven't. It's all about me. Maybe Brooke and Ridge really do belong together, because as they got the drop on Steffi's night with Bill, the oft-married couple couldn't see Steffi for the mirrors they held up in front of themselves. You wouldn't do that to me, Ridge growled as Steffi poured her heart out to her daddy. Then he suggested that Bill purposely got Steffi into bed to wreak vengeance against him. Either Ridge had too many of the brewskis he gifted Liam with, or he still got a little brain damage from his free fall into the Persian Gulf, because for the life of me, I can't figure out why Bill would want revenge on Ridge at this point. Liam, yes, given their arson CEO tussle last fall, and frankly, Bill betting Steffi as revenge would have been a brilliantly diabolical story angle. But as a move against Ridge? What, because of Brooke? Later, summoned by Ridge, Brooke arrived at Steffi's to deliver once and future stepmotherly comfort. Hearing that Liam bolted over a paternity test, Brooke got a knowing look on her face and said, "Oh, Steffi," much in the way Ridge said "oh," Logan when he found out Brooke had masked Boink Oliver. And Brooke certainly knows from paternity tests, she single-handedly kept several clinics open in the 90s and OOS. But then Steffi revealed she had dallied with Bill. Brooke was aghast. Brooke was mortified. She stood straight up, bored through Steffi with her eyes, and consoled the lost girl with the ever-compassionate words, "You wouldn't do that to me. Bill wouldn't do that to me." Okay, so Bill was technically still Brooke's husband at the time. But Brooke had also walked, with the intention of divorcing him. Bill was a free agent. Brooke, Ridge, come on, it's not like either of you was on Bill or Steffi's minds when they acted on 8 years of pent-up passion. How the unforgettable ones could even begin to make this about themselves was just a weird writing choice. And their high horsery isn't going a long way toward changing the minds of their many detractors. Especially when Bridge has made more than their share of similar mistakes. How's about a nice Hawaiian punch? On the subject of 70s drinks, commercials, Justin warned Bill that Ridge was about to burst in like the Kool-Aid Man. Isn't Justin contract now? Why is he still only there to prop up Bill instead of getting his own story? Indeed, with an "oh, yeah," Ridge put Bill on blast and rolled up his sleeves to prepare for fisticuffs. Why do people on TV always do that? Like people take time to roll up sleeves in real-life scuffles. Anyway, Bill tried to corroborate Steffi's insistence that their lovemaking had been consensual, but again, Ridge wasn't about that. Just as I wondered aloud whether anyone was going to mention Still's 2009 to 2011 mini-fling, Bill reminded Ridge, "I've cared about her from the day we met, you know that." Yes. Which is exactly why no one, especially Liam and Bridge, should be surprised this happened. Ridge seemed to back down from his blind fury for a moment when Bill asked for Ridge's help in reuniting Liam and Steffi for the sake of their mutual grandchild. Little scary to think these guys are old enough to be grandfathers. At least until Grampy F knocked Grampy S down with a sucker punch. Ridge was still intent on filing charges. I'd personally like to see Ridge get laughed out of a police station for trying. Not to be outdone, Brooke hit Spencer Publications with her "How could you-ism," but by then, the dolly wasn't having it. "I don't need a parade of people with their own baggage walking in here, giving me hell," he spat. Though Brooke thought Bill porking Steffi was part of his agenda, she did allude to her own brother boffing, father fixating, in-law intercoursing past by warning, "You're not gonna wanna live your life that way. Trust me." Article continues below advertisement. Getting your hopes up. Liam may prefer Bob Hope movies, but his infamous sex must put Toy Story at the top of her list, because she literally told Liam, "You've got a friend in me," despite his clamming up about Steffi. Shifting gears, Hope revealed she'd worked in the Milan office for a while before finding a greater sense of purpose volunteering for a human rights organization. Watch out there, Hope. You're speaking Liam's language. I guess Liam liked Sheila's motel, wonder if he's run into her at the ice machine? And Hope did, too, because after a surprisingly civil surprise visit with one-time rival Steffi, Hope decided to play human GPS and give Steffi the address. Before I could say recalculating, Hope admitted she wanted to help Steam, and, after Hope claimed she had a thick skin, Steffi joked, "Since when?" I don't know if these chocolate cake fighters will truly develop a sisterly bond. At face value, it appears Hope has moved on from Liam, but then again, Steffi confided she was pregnant, which made me think, the last time Hope got the news from Steffi, she threw Liam an ambush wedding behind that very house. Coming away from Steffi with no answers about Liam, Hope pressed Trish for info, only to hit the same brick wall. Hope should have texted Sally and the not as ditzy Darlita, who were happily cyber-stalking Hope on Sally's tablet. Sally gushed that she didn't get to see much of Darlita with Spectra on hold. Question: what are these people doing for money? Did Sally and Shirley stash away a portion of Thomas' $100,000? Are Saul and Darlita living out of their cars? And why is there doubt cast on Bill's sincere promise to rebuild Spectra? Anyway, Sally kept trying to poo-poo her feelings for Liam, but the suddenly savvy Darlita wouldn't let her old boss off the hook. Sally realized hope was on the horizon yet stated she would be happy to be Liam's next choice. Wow, Sally has really lost her edge since sashaying into our lives a year ago. Wonder what Great Aunt Sally would think of her namesake giving up on their legacy for a man? The original Sally never did. I said it's too late to apologize. Yep, Liam and Steffi were the top topic of conversation, at least until anchors were hit with a breaking news story, the concept of forgiveness. Everyone around Liam was on that like white on rice, which was the exact thing he didn't want to hear. First Wyatt wanted his bro to think of his soon-to-come niece or nephew. Couldn't Liam take Steffi back for the kid's sake? Wyatt got his own reminder about kids when Liam informed him that Hope was back in town. Interesting that, so far, Hope hasn't mentioned the child she lost with Wyatt, which was only the reason she left LA in the first place. For now, Liam couldn't get past the idea of his father's hands on Steffi. Interesting when you remember he, his brother, and his father have all had their hands on Steffi. Oh, Steffi. At least Steffi didn't bring a gun to Sheila's hotel this time, but she did come loaded with a heaping helping of the F-word. Steffi begged and begged Liam to forgive her. Liam wouldn't and couldn't budge, suggesting without sarcasm that Steffi might have a life with Bill, since they were more alike. Can't deny that one. Steffi's been able to play in Dollar Bill's league since she blackmailed control of Forrester out of him in 2010. Finally, Ridge, who has a long history of messing up relationships with his own adulterous antics, implored Liam to fix it with Steffi. I think the motel couldn't quite get the smell of hypocrisy out of the carpet after that. Again, Ridge roared that Bill had done it all to get revenge on him, and Ridge was going to file charges. Damn it. Even Liam knew Ridge was full of it on that one, labeling Ridge biased and angry. Ridge offered for Liam to stay at his Venice pad, since it was empty. Say what? Last I checked, Ridge was hanging his ubiquitous dark suit jacket there. If not, where is he living? Ridge deviated from the now well-worn forgiveness stack and sung Bill's not praises to Liam. And here you thought the worst thing he was ever going to do is drop a building on your head. Hell, yeah. I had to rewind the DVR 3 times. Classic. He always finds a way to get you right back where he needs you. Ridge raged. That's right. Hell, 5 years ago this month, Liam learned Bill had sabotaged his wedding to Hope and Puglia by dragging Deacon out of jail, only to abort walking out on his pop when Bill stabbed himself with a sword necklace, after Bill cushioned the point with his money pouch. Liam never even found out about that. So Ridge gets credit for reminding Liam he always ends up being Bill's bitch, but Ridge firmly kept the blame for the stillstand on Bill, casting Steffi as the innocent victim Liam needed to go back to. Wonder if Ridge will feel the same way when her baby turns out to be Bill's? Because Bill's sudden appearance at that hospital makes me think he doctored the doctor. It wouldn't be the first medical test of Steffi's that Bill fudged.